Kristine here. I'm really excited today to tell you about this. This is the last piece of art I made. I love rustic. I love rusted things. I probably already said that. And I love the look of the industrial rusted machine look. I probably already said that too, but in my other videos. I have an unfinished piece that we've already, have taken a video of. I just want you to show you what it looked like. Something like this. It looked kind of like this before it was painted. So it's just a bunch of stuff on a board, just a bunch of junk on a board. But it was fun to put together. I put this together with my grandson Baron, and I'm waiting for him to come back to return to my home so he can paint it black and then whatever color he wants, I suppose. And this is what I used. Something very similar to this. This is the bellows. This is the board for the bellows of an organ, of a reed organ.
Did you tilt it?
No, this is a different. These are
style.
These are two different organs. This one goes straight. Each of them had a piece of leather with springs, so that when the air sucked in, it sucked the piece of leather off the holes, and that's how the air comes in. Otherwise it's baffled with a piece of leather here, and the springs allow it to go in and out. So that's how that works. This is a bigger bellows than that bellow. So it has the holes going this direction for whatever reason. I don't know. So I took this board and then I just started gluing things on it. All these types of things, like this. This is a small one of these. This type of thing. So I just use these types of things. This is a little sewing machine, I think, knob, dial. So, that's what these are also, these two things. And, I don't even know what most of this came from. This right here is the front. It's got to be the front of a stereo, and I think it was the front of this, because it has these two round knobs that go here and here, and this was behind it, and it had lights and knobs and buttons and all sorts of
A tape deck.
things. Tape.
Yeah, I can see it. A cassette.
Is it a cassette? Well,
yeah, I think so.
I guess it is.
Cool.
Does everybody know what a cassette tape is? A cassette deck. So I just start gluing all these things on anywhere. This kind of thing. This kind of thing. And this. Sometimes I leave these wires on, but isn't that a cute little computer board? Yeah, and here's this is a motor.
Where did that come from?
It's just a tiny motor.
From something?
Yeah, different things, like big things, sometimes have tiny motors in them.
So do you screw them on or glue them on?
Both. If they have holes like that, then I can screw them. If they don't have holes in them, like these are easy to screw on. I just screw it through any of those holes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I put these like to divide the sections. I sometimes put boards to divide the sections. This one's already been painted, obviously. This is the other half of this one right here. It goes on a cord. Yeah. So these two fit together. This is the top and this is the bottom, or vice versa. Can you tell they're the same?
Oh, right, yeah.
Let's see.
That's amazing you can paint plastic like that.
Well, I have to gesso it or it just scratches. And I still have to be careful that it doesn't get scratched because it's not easy to paint plastic. But my gesso, hooks, this type of thing. So I have boxes of this, plenty of this kind of stuff. Here's something that I might glue in this way instead of flat because it's got something on both sides.
Something.
So I could just use it. I'd probably, you can super glue plastic on flat, smooth surfaces. The super glue would work. So there's just a sample of that, of the things I use, and I wanted a cord to, take somebody's eye all the way around, and look, it's plugged in here. See, it goes all the way around. And then I wanted another one to do that. So if you see this one right here is a piano string. My brother brought me a whole set from a piano that he didn't want anymore. It reminded him of something he didn't want to remember. It's actually from the same piano that my projector piece of art, the piano top, the whole back part of the piano. What's that?
Take two?
Lid. Yeah, take two. Take two.
Take two.
That's the piano this came off of also.
Whoa.
So
wait, where do they use strings at? All over the place.
It's a piano is actually a percussion instrument. Did you know that? And it's the hammers that I've used on
this piece. Boop, boop. Right in there.
Yeah, actually,
those teeny hammers right in there.
Yeah, these are the mechanisms. They're not the actual hammers, but they're the mechanisms for like soft and loud. They do different things. They soften the sound, or they make it loud. Somebody can tell me what I'm trying to say, but so yeah, this is, and there are some that are longer, some that are big and fat. Piano strings. I started here. It's not as easy to see as the big fat one, this big cord, but it also kind of follows, and then it deviates, and it goes up here and over here, and let's see, where does it end? It ends over here. Yeah, this right here, this whole thing was a puzzle. It was kind of a cool puzzle, but I didn't know what to do with it. It had food and a table, and I think it came from Mexico. It was very colorful, but so I wanted different sections. I don't know if you can tell. That's kind of what I did. This says Toronto, Ontario. I've been there.
It's like a little magnet.
It might be. I don't know what it is. It could be. It could actually. You might be right. So, you know, just different computer components and I think they're just a silly pair of sunglasses that nobody ever wore. So I just used them. More computer, just there's all sorts of stuff in here. This is a really weird thing. It's a clasp for a fur stole.
Like
Some kind of fur that you put, that the women used to put on their coats. They could change out the fur on their coats and stuff. Sometimes. But this was a clasp. I got it for my great aunt stuff, my dad's stuff, and I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. I think she wore those things, but you know, they were never seen in my family. The only thing that had fur was a cat or a dog or something we ate. So
come on, you didn't wear your livestock.
Didn't wear my livestock. I actually made sheep rugs once with my sheep. We butchered our own sheep. I took the
Hide?
Yeah, the lamb's, yeah, the hide, not the wool. I took the whole hide. I looked up how to tan a hide. Besides paddling my kids, I tanned a hide, and you do it in the washing machine. And you put different chemicals in there, and you wash it, and you spin it, and
That is cool.
yeah, we had them around for a while. We did that in Washington, and then we moved here, and I don't know, they cracked. I didn't do a real good job of tanning them. I was supposed to rub all sorts of stuff in them to soften the hide, but I didn't want to. But anyway, we used it on the floor, and it was awesome.
That's cool.
And this, this was just a frame. And these are tacks. And this is a plug. It plugs into the monitor, doesn't it? That's a monitor. And I don't even know that.
Oh yeah, the back of the computer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hooked on, the other end's hooked on to
That's hilarious.
a monitor, I think. And these are just little, this came off of these, it was some kind of heating coil. These held the coil. It came out as something that broke, this big heater coil. It could have been a dryer. It was probably a dryer. Yeah. And, you know, just stuff. And it's awesome stuff. Oh, this came back from a computer too, this section, and then I added stuff on top. But let's see. I think that's about it. I don't know what to call it. So when I post it, then I'll give it a name. So I think that's all. Ciao.